Okay, now again we have one unique function. Function fx is x minus greatest integer of x for 2n less than or equal to x less than 2n plus 1, and 1 upon 2 for 2n plus 1 less than or equal to x less than 2n plus 2, where n belongs to set of integers and square brackets represent greatest integer function. We have to prove that function fx is periodic. Now here x minus greatest integer of x is fraction part of x. ये तो fraction part of x होता है. Okay. Now we put here different values of n. We start at n is equal to 0. So we will have f of x is equal to fractional part of x for 0 less than or equal to x less than 1. I am putting n is equal to 0. Okay. And fx is equal to 1 upon 2 for 1 less than or equal to x less than 2. Now we draw the graph of function for x belongs to 0 to 2 including 0. For this values of x, we have fx is equal to fraction part of x. We know the graph of fraction part function. Between 0 and 1, we have this graph. It is part of the line y is equal to x, okay, including this point and excluding this point, because we have here less than 1. And for 1 less than or equal to x less than 2, we have fx is equal to 1 upon 2. So we will have this line segment, horizontal line segment, y is equal to 1 upon 2 for 1 less than or equal to x less than 2. Okay. Now we put n is equal to 1. We will have f of x is equal to fractional part of x for 2 less than or equal to x less than 3, and 1 upon 2 for 3 less than or equal to x less than 4. Okay. Now we draw the graph. For this interval we have fraction part of x. तो इसका ग्राफ क्या होगा? We'll have this graph, fraction part of x between 2 and 3. Okay. And for this interval fx is equal to 1 upon 2. So again we have this horizontal line segment. Okay. Now this pattern will repeat. ये जो pattern है repeat होगा. We will have this line segment, then this line segment. Okay. So further we will have graph like this. Between 4 and 5 we will have fraction part of x. Between 5 and 6 we will have 1 upon 2. Similarly, we will have graph for negative values of x. If we put n is equal to -1, we will have fraction part of x for -2 less than or equal to x less than -1. -2 and -1 के बीच में fraction part of x function है. तो यहाँ पे ये ग्राफ होगा. Okay. And for -1 less than or equal to x less than 0, we will have 1 upon 2. ठीक है, n को -1 रख रहे हैं हम. ठीक है. So we will have this line segment between -1 and 0. Okay. Then we will have here line segment 1 upon 2, y is equal to 1 upon 2. Okay. And here we will have fraction part of x. इस तरह से ये ग्राफ चलता जाएगा. Okay. So from the graph we can say that function is periodic. ग्राफ से हम कह सकते हैं ना कि फंक्शन पीरियोडिक है. फंक्शन का पीरियड क्या होगा? What will be period of the function? Period of function is 2. We have this slant line segment, then we have this horizontal line segment. Okay. Now this assembly is repeated throughout. So function is periodic and has period 2. एक अच्छा फंक्शन है, यूनिक फंक्शन है.